Good afternoon to you, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and those across the Eastern Caribbean. Welcome to WEFM's 3 p.m. news for today, the fourth day in the month of January. I'm Nerissa Sandy with the details. On the local scene, first off, representatives of the SVG Public Service Union, the SVG Teachers Union, and the SVG Police Welfare Association are calling on the management of the National Insurance Services to exert prudence and transparency. The call comes following an announcement by the government that the NIS reserves are projected to be depleted by 2030 if reform is not undertaken. Speaking at a media briefing this morning, President of the PSU, Elroy Boucher, says while the unions welcome reform, a lot more can be done with respect to the way in which the NIS is managed. The Pension Reform Committee's public service pension recommendations put forward to the government states that all new entrants and existing non-pensionable officers be granted a pension under a two-tier pension system, and that the amount of this pension shall not be less than 80% of their final salary and shall be financed by the NIS and the Consolidated Fund. The recommendations also state that a pension shall be granted to any pensionable public servant who has worked continuously in the public service for 20 or more years. Boucher said the unions represent most of the workers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and that it is disrespectful for the government to ignore its recommendations. He said to date there has been no response. This, he says, speaks to a government who has no regard for workers. The PSU president further said that the matter of the NIS is too important to allow the ULP administration to do what it wants without due regard for its citizens. In related news, the SVG Public Service Union says it is not in agreement with the government's proposal to increase the retirement age to 67. President of the Public Service Union, Elroy Boucher, said the decision by the Minister of Finance, Camilo Gonzalez, to increase the retirement age forms part of the government's high priority recommendations put forward by the actuarial review, with consideration of continuing the increase of the pensionable age until the age of 67 by the year 2032. This, Boucher says, is unacceptable. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines will next Monday, January 8th, announce in the 2024 budget the options for reform of the nation's social security system, including pensions. Speaking to the media, Boucher said that the actuarial reviews also suggest a number of options to reduce long-term old age pension costs, including consideration for continuing the increase of the pensionable age until the age of 67. In relation to the retirement age, the unions indicated that persons should have access to their pensions immediately following retirement. The Pension Reform Committee's public service pension recommendations put forward to the government in relation to retirement states that early retirement may be granted on or after attaining the age of 55, and that a pensionable or non-pensionable officer may be required to compulsorily retire from the public service anytime after he attains the age of 65, whichever age is the NIS pensionable age. The government, this morning's press conference was held at the SVG, that's the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Union headquarters at Mackey's Hill. The hunting season for wildlife is closed. This is according to the Department of Forestry and the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, Fisheries, and Rural Transformation. In a post on its Facebook page, the department says anyone caught or found hunting wildlife could face a fine of up to $2,000 and or 6 months imprisonment. The hunting season runs from October 1 to December 30. It ran from October 1st to December 31st, 2023. Since the eruption of the La Soufrière volcano in 2021 and its ravaging effects on wildlife, the Forestry Department has had to curtail hunting of wildlife. One of the measures taken in that regard has been to shorten the open period allowed for hunting. In the region, in Jamaica, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is calling for a united effort to reduce violence in society, particularly interpersonal conflicts, which could result in murders. Holness, according to Sky News, was at the time addressing the fourth annual National Day of Prayer, Heal the Family, Heal the Nation at the Power of Faith Ministries International, Inc. Also participating in the event was leader of the opposition, Matt Golding. Police statistics show that 1,393 persons were murdered in Jamaica in 2023, which represents a 7.8% decrease when compared to the 1,511 murders recorded in 2022. The statistics indicate that 4,555 cases of serious crimes, murder, shooting, rape, robbery, and break-in were recorded in 2023. The number represented a near 11% increase that should be decreased when compared with 2022. Still in the region, in Guyana, the government of Guyana secures financing for construction of 5 new water treatment plants. This is according to Minister Rodriguez. The minister said the government has obtained financing from the Caribbean Development Bank for the construction of 5 additional water treatment plants. This was according to the minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, Susan Rodriguez, during a press conference at the Arthur Chong Conference Center. She said that as the government continuously stays steady on the path to ensuring that all Guyanese have a better quality life, the minister told Guyana Chronicle that the government has commenced the construction of 7 new water treatment plants, rehabilitation and upgrade of 12 existing plants, and the installation of 10 small inline treatment systems. And on the international scene, the Islamic State group IS has said it carried out a bomb attack in Iran as crowds marking the anniversary of spy master Qasem Soleimani's assassination by the United States. According to the BBC, the attack in Kernan in southern Iran killed 84 people and wounded many more. The death toll was revised down today by the head of Iran's emergency services from an earlier figure of 95. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has vowed a harsh response. And this brings us to the end of WEFM's 3 o'clock news for today, the 4th of January, 2024. My name is Nerissa. Thank you for listening. Do join us at 5:30 when we'll have our next and final newscast for today.